Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Attorney Jennifer Mira and Attorney Joette Trinh from KEILY MIRA LAW. And today we're talking about some exciting news that the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development has released, or will be releasing this afternoon on the Federal Registry, regarding FHA loans and the availability of FHA loans to condo buyers. So they're expanding FHA approval or FHA guidelines to allow more buyers to purchase condominiums, especially in complexes that are not currently FHA approved. So FHA loans are generally designed to make homes more affordable to first-time home buyers or to just a larger group of buyers, and first-time home buyers are one of the ones that really take advantage of FHA loans. So this is something that's really going to broaden who can get into home ownership, which is a great sign, especially given the fact that we're in August now and we typically start to see a decline in real estate sales and buyers. So this is great news for the market coming into play now.
It's also great for sellers because historically condo sellers have been limited as to their pool of available buyers, especially when it comes to FHA buyers. So with these new guidelines coming into play and the housing department relaxing the guidelines a bit, the pool of potential buyers expands for the sellers. So historically, condos are the most affordable options for first-time home buyers, small families, and overall, statistically, about 84% of FHA condo buyers have never owned a home. So this is great news on the seller home front as well. Now, as far as the new guidelines go, it brings back something that's called a spot approval, something that the housing department had previously done away with. And currently, the only way to buy a condo is with an FHA loan is an FHA condo approved complex. Now, with these new guidelines, the FHA is approving spot approvals, which means that even if a complex is not FHA approved, the unit could still be FHA approved.
And we used to see this before the financial crisis, but lenders have done away with that since. And so it's great to see that individual unit owners are going to be able to sell to buyers who are seeking FHA even if the whole complex isn't approved. So because complex approvals can take time and obviously have restrictions, which I think are even going to be lessening in this as part of this new guideline rollout.
Absolutely, absolutely. So currently the FHA requires that 50% of the units in a complex be owner occupied. Now with the new guidelines, those could be lowered down to 35%. Additionally, the recertification process for a condo complex is being extended. So at the moment, a condo complex has to reapply for recertification as an FHA approved project every 2 years. Now that's being lengthened to every 3 years.
Right, and the process for recertification is becoming a lot easier too. It used to be that complexes used to have to reapply in the project in an entirety, and now it's really just submitting new information in order to get that recertification. So that's great news as well.
So it really lessens the burden on the complex as well, and I think it just opens the door for sellers and buyers, really.
Right, and I think the lowering the owner occupancy part is a crucial thing too, because a lot of condos are converted into investment properties. Right. And so to take a complex that would ordinarily have to be 50% owner occupied to 35% is really opening the door to a lot of unit owners to be able to sell to FHA buyers.
Right.
They're also extending, as part of the new guidelines, mixed use projects, so complexes that have commercial and residential as part of them can be available for FHA loans, which is great news. And they're increasing the number of FHA insured mortgages that can be in a given complex. So right now, FHA will not insure more than 50% of a particular complex, and they're increasing that number to 75%. So that's all great news. And probably
Absolutely.
The best news of all is that this is going to roll out in 60 days or
October 15th.
October 15th,
Absolutely.
Right? So we don't have to wait forever to see this really take into effect, which is great.
Right.
And another thing too is we have to remember with first-time home buyers with FHA loans, we're talking about borrowers who have a lower requirement for credit scores, lower requirement for down payments, lower requirements for actually a higher requirement for seller credit. So they have more seller credits that can be afforded to them as opposed to conventional loans, which limit to 3% seller credit. So we're really broadening the horizon here as to who can purchase condominiums, which is great news.
So we're looking forward to assisting all of you home buyers, your FHA home buyers looking to get into condos, and for sellers as well.
Yes, and thank you for watching. We're glad to bring you this news, and we will post more information about this, links in our video to the FHA, the HUD guideline site, so that you can see which complexes are already approved and which are not. So that's a great resource for you as well.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.